Hello, my wonderful pupils. I welcome you all once again to this wonderful session of our virtual teaching learning process. I remain my humble self, Mr. Olapade. Please continually take to the advice of medical practitioners by washing your hands regularly with soap and running water for 20 seconds. And also use an alcohol-based sanitizer in the absence of what? Of soap and water. God bless you all as you do so. Today we are going to be doing justice to a subject known as basic science. And the topic we are going to be looking into under basic science is energy. What do I call it? Energy. 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 What is energy? What do you mean by energy? But before we go into the subject matter, let us quickly look at the lesson's objective. He said, at the end of the lesson, the pupils should be able to, one, define energy. That is, you must be able to define energy by the end of this session. Second one says, write short note on energy conversion. That is, tell us about the different forms of energy conversion. Is that taken out? The third one says, explain each forms of energy conversion. That is, give in detail how energy can change from one form to the other. Is that taken out? Good. Now, let's quickly move to the subject matter, which says energy. What is energy? Energy is the ability to do what? To do work. The ability to do work is what we call what? Is what we call energy. So whatever you are doing at home, you're washing your dishes, you're washing your clothes, you are sweeping. It's not if you are running, you are jumping, you are dancing. That is called what? That is what we call work. And what you need to work is what we call energy. What is required to do work is what we call what? Energy. So whatever you are doing, whatever job you are doing, whatever work you are doing at home, what you require to do them is what we call energy. You exhaust energy to do your work, to do work. Is that taken out? Good. Now, what is energy conversion? What do we mean by energy conversion? How can we define energy conversion? According to what we have here, it said energy conversion is the changing of a form of energy into another form. That is, when energy is changing from one form, when energy changes from one form to the other, is what we call what we call energy conversion. What this implies is that energy can change from one form to the other. That it can change form. It can what? It can change form. Energy is not stagnant. It is dynamic. It can what? It can change form. Is that taken? Good. Now let's quickly now look into the forms of energy. How can energy change from one form to the other? We are going to be looking into how energy can change from one form to what? To another form. The first one says electrical energy to mechanical energy. Electrical energy to what? To mechanical energy. What this implies is that some of these diagrams we are seeing here, like the car, the fan, even the drilling machine, these are all electrical devices. Is that also? And they require what? Electrical appliances to function, isn't it? Now, when these electrical appliances in them are put on, when you put them on, what happens? They start moving, they start working. Is that also? So now, the ability for them to work, to start moving, is what we call what? Mechanical energy. So which means that you have converted your electrical energy to what? To mechanical energy. Is that taken out? Your car, for instance, now is an electrical device. Is that also? Because it can only function because of what? Because of the electrical appliances that are present in them. Is that taken out? It can only function because of what? Because of the electrical appliances that is present in them. And when you now ignite this electrical appliance, that is when you put it on, it starts to move. Is that also? Now, when it starts moving, it is what we know as what? As mechanical energy. Looking at your fan, likewise. This is your cooling fan. Now, this fan is an electrical device. And also, good. Now, when you put it on, what happens? It starts moving. The movement is what we know as what? As mechanical energy. Is that taken out? Likewise, the drilling machine you are seeing. The drilling machine is an electrical device. This drilling machine is used for making holes in objects. Is that also? For making holes in objects. So when you put it on, it starts to move. The movement is what we know as what? As mechanical energy. Is that taken out? So this is the conversion of electrical energy to what? To mechanical energy. It is the conversion of electrical energy to what? To mechanical energy. Another one is mechanical energy to electrical energy. mechanical energy to what? To electrical energy. This is the direct opposite of the first one, which is electrical energy to mechanical energy. This is talking about how we can now convert mechanical energy back to what? Back to electrical energy. What this implies is that while a car is converting electrical energy to mechanical energy, generator on the other hand, as you can see on the picture, is what is converting mechanical energy to what? To electrical energy. Generator consists of what? Consists of what? Mechanical energy. When you switch on your generator, is that also what happens when you switch it on? It brings light. It brings what? Electricity. It brings electricity to the house. Is that also? So this electricity is what we know as what? As electrical energy. Is that taken out? It lights up everywhere. When you put it on, it lights up what? Everywhere. Is that taken? So mechanical energy are being converted to what? To electrical energy in the process. Is that understood? Is that understood? So the device, one of the devices that can convert mechanical energy to electrical energy is what? Is your generator. Is that taken out? Good. Now let's look into another one that says electrical energy to what? To sound energy. How can we convert electrical energy to sound energy? Look at the diagrams we have here. We have a diagram of an home theater. Is that also? These are home appliances that produces sound, isn't it? Now, looking at this is an electrical device. Is that also? It is an electrical energy that are embedded in them. Is that taken out? So they have in them electrical energy because it is an electronic device. Is that taken out? When you plug them or when you put them on, what happens? They produce what? Sound energy, isn't it? They produce what? Sound energy. When you put on these devices like the sound system, your own home theaters, when you put them on, what happens next? What you hear is what next thing you hear is sound. These sound are what we know as what? As sound energy. Likewise, the speaker, the big speaker you're seeing here, you must be conversant with this one. You have been seeing them in the parties you've attended in the past. Then also, these are sound systems. Is that taken on? These are sound systems that are having electrical appliances in them. Is that taken on? And whenever you put them on, they produce what we call what? Sound. And this sound is what we know as what? As sound energy, which means that you have converted an electrical energy to what? To a sound energy. You have converted a what? An electrical energy to what? To sound energy. So in a nutshell, these devices are what? Are electrical devices. Is that taken on? The electrical device, but when you plug them, you put them on, they produce what? They produce sound. And this sound is what we know as what? As sound energy. Is that taken out? Is that taken out? So invariably they are converting what? Electrical energy to what? To sound energy. Is that understood? Now let's move to the fourth one. The fourth one says electric energy to heat energy. Electric energy to what? To heat energy. Electric energy to what? To heat energy. Diagrams you're having here. This is a diagram of an electric device. Then also we have this is a water heater. Is that also? And this is an electric iron. Good. Now the pictures we have in this diagram says that the first one, which is the water heater, don't forget that a water heater is what? Is an electric device, and also is an what? Is an electric device. When you put it on, what happens when you put it on? It boils water. Is that also? And what makes the water in it to boil? It is the heat that this kettle produces that makes water to boil. Is that taken out? So what this kettle produces is heat. Immediately you put it on, is that taken out? What happens is it starts producing heat. It is this heat that makes the water to boil. Is that taken out? So what this electric heater or water heater produces is what? Is heat. and this heat is invariably known as what? As heat energy. Is that taken out? The same thing applies to the iron we are seeing here. The iron is an electric device. Is that taken out? So whenever you put this iron, when you put it on, what it produces what is heat, and this heat is what you use in what? In smoothing your clothes. Is that taken out? So these devices are all electrical devices. Is that taken out? They are electrical devices, but the moment you put them on, they convert the electrical energy to what? To heat energy. They produce what? They produce heat. Is that taken out? They produce what? They produce heat. They produce what? Heat. Is that understood? Good. Now, the last one, but not the least, says chemical energy to what? To electrical energy. Chemical energy to what? To electrical energy. An example of a chemical energy is the cell battery. The cell battery is an example of what? Of chemical energy. Now, this cell battery can be converted to electrical energy because when you put it, look at what we have here. We put it in what? In another device to produce light. You put your cell battery in a torchlight to produce what? To produce light. That's, you are converting the chemical energy to what? To electrical energy. Is that taken out? You are converting what? The chemical energy to what? To electrical energy. Is that understood? Now let's quickly go back to the first one. The first one says electrical energy being converted to what? To mechanical energy. I told you examples are cars, your cooling fan, your drilling machine. So these devices are what? Are devices that convert electrical energy to what? To mechanical energy. Is that taken out? The second one is the mechanical energy to what? To electrical energy. Your generator. Your generator produces what? Produces electricity. And do not forget that your generator is what? Is a mechanical energy. Is that taken out? It contains what? Mechanical energy. And this mechanical energy is what we convert what? To electrical energy by the virtue of what? Of the electricity your generator produces. Is that taken out? Good. Now, the third one says electrical energy to sound energy. Electrical energy to what? To sound energy. Under which we have our sound system, both at home and in parties. Now, you look at your sound systems, they are all electrical devices. And also, now, when you put all these devices on, what happens is sound. They bring what? They bring out sound. And this sound is what we know as what? As sound energy. Automatically, you are converting the electrical energy they contain to what? To sound energy. Is that taken out? Good. Now, another one says electrical energy to heat energy. Electrical energy to what? To heat energy. I told you an example is your water heater and your electric iron. These two devices, what they contain, they are all electrical devices. And also, now when you put them on, they produce what we call heat, and this is what we know as heat energy. It is this heat that this your electric kettle using what? Use in boiling water. This they use the heat to what? To boil the water. Is that taken out? So the electric kettle or the electric heater is what produces what? Heat when you put it on. And this heat in turn what? Boils the water in it. Is that taken out? Likewise, your electric iron, when you put it on, it brings about heat. It is this heat that smoothens your what? Your materials, your clothes. Is that understood? Good. Last but not least is the chemical energy to electrical energy. I told you that your chemical energy involves your cells, your batteries. Is that taken out? These batteries are put in other devices to what? To produce light, to what? To give you electrical energy. Is that understood? Is that understood? Good. Now, in summary, the energy can be said to be the force applied to an object to make it move. Good. Now, energy is said to what? To be the force applied to an object to make it move. Do not forget that I told you that energy is the ability to do what? To do work. Now, when you have an object in a particular spot and you apply force to that object, the object moves, isn't it? Now, what that force is referred to as what? As energy, because it is with your energy using applying the force to enable the object to move. Is that taken out? So energy can be said to be the force you apply on an object to make it what? To make it move from one particular spot to the other. Is that understood? Good. Now to your evaluation. I want you to know that at the end of this lesson, you are expected to be able to do the following, which is what I'm going to be asking or putting to you now. The first one says, what is energy? What is energy? By now, I know you all understood the explanation I gave to you about energy, and that energy is what is the ability to what to do work. It's also the force you apply on an object to make it work, to make it move. Is that taken now? He said they should define energy conversion. I told you likewise that energy conversion is the what is the changing of energy from one form to the other. Is that understood? Now, the last one says, state 3 forms of energy conversion. I gave you like about 4 or 5 of them. So just mention 3 of the ones we discussed during the course of this session. Now we mentioned what? Electrical energy to what? Mechanical energy, isn't it? We also mentioned mechanical energy to what? To electrical energy. We made mention of electrical energy to what? To heat energy. We likewise made mention of what? Of chemical energy to what? To electrical energy. So mention just 3 of these forms. Is that taken out? Good. Please, I want to advise you all to continually study your note. Ensure that you prepare yourself for the upcoming exams. Is that taken out? Do not play away your time. This is very, very important. Please ensure that you always keep to the advice of medical practitioners by washing your hands regularly with soap and running water for 20 seconds. Is that taken out? You can as well use an alcohol-based sanitizer in the absence of soap and water. God bless you as you do so. I remain my humble self, Mr. Olapade. Till we meet next. God bless you all. Bye for now.